Okay, so I would just like to take a few moments to go live today, I thought. And I'm not sure if there's going to be anyone coming on to join me live or if you're going to be watching this on replay. But whether you're here live now or you're listening later on replay, I'd just like to say hello and thank you for being here. It's great to connect in this way. And I actually just wanted to pop on and just speak for a few minutes around this theme of manifesting the new earth. And actually, I had no particular intention of speaking to this, and I don't actually feel particularly qualified to speak to it either. But just a second, it's giving me a message saying my key frame rate is too low. So perhaps I don't quite know what that means, but perhaps the quality of the video is not so good. And if that is the case, I do apologize to everyone. For now, I'm actually just going to go ahead and keep on doing it just to see whether it works or not, how it works, if it works. So let's just see. Yes, so I wasn't actually really particularly planning to speak to this, but just since April, I've started this new thing, which is monthly messages reflection, where we have a call together, where we get together and just deepen into the messages that the beings of absolute light have shared that month and unpack their personal meaning for us. And we had the last call for May, just this Tuesday, and one of the participants commented that we were talking about, bringing the new earth into being and how we want to manifest that. And she was saying that it's really difficult when she tries to get her head around that because she just can't even think like where to begin, like what to begin visioning. Like we don't have enough information, or perhaps some of us do, but I also don't feel like, I have like a clear vision of exactly what the new earth is going to look like. I feel like I have a feeling sense more. Like I feel like it's going to be very strongly grounded in love and strongly grounded in heart-centeredness and heart-centered action. But in terms of what that will look like in practical terms, the playing field is kind of wide open, I feel. So I really understood what she meant, and just kind of feeling into my connection to my to source and to my higher self, and just being with that question. I found some kind of answer that was really helpful for both of us. To come through from my higher self. So hoping that it will be helpful to some others too. I just thought I'd hop on and share it because it felt like a really wonderful revelation, in fact. Patty, wonderful. Thank you for being here. Just beautiful to connect in this way. So glad that you're here. Thank you. Hope that the sound and the video quality is okay. It seems as my computer is telling me it's not, but I'm just going ahead with things anyway. But as you didn't mention that, it would seem that it is. So that's good. It's been so long. It's wonderful to see you. I hope you're doing well. So this theme of manifesting the new earth and not being quite clear is perfect. Thank you. That's so good to know. Not really being clear what it looks like, so not knowing where to put our manifestation intentions. That was kind of the theme that came up on the call that we were doing. Just feeling into my higher self and the connection to source. What really came through for me is that we don't actually need to have the picture and the vision of what it looks like, because divine source has that bigger vision. Divine source has that intention for how the new earth is to be, and that is to be expressed through us, obviously, as physical beings living in the human world at this time, and now expanding into those new earth realities in these physical realms. But all that we really need to do is what came through for me is it's like the divine will be revealing that vision to us bit by bit. And all that we really need to do is to tap into our guidance and our connection to our higher self and the ascended masters and dark guides. And then they will reveal to us bit by bit, and they might not even be revealing to us a vision of what the new earth looks like to put our manifestation focus on. It might be that they are instead giving us like one piece of guidance: take this one step, and then take this one step, and take this one step. Or maybe we just get a feeling in our heart, like as I was saying before, I feel like the energy of new earth is certainly heart-centered, and as we follow that guidance from our heart and that guidance from our higher self and the higher dimensional beings that are here to support us at this time, I feel like we're being led gently into the creation and the actual physical manifestation of the new earth in that way. So it's not like we necessarily need to have a vision of what it's going to look like. It can be very open-ended, as long as we are remaining heart-centered and connected to that guidance and taking those action steps that we are guided to create structures that will then over time evolve into something bigger than we could ever imagine. And that whole process is really, I feel like it's co-creation with the divine, as much as manifestation. I kind of feel like I want to give it another name. And it's actually how I have Kirsten. Wonderful to have you here. I'm speaking to the discussion that we were having the other day. I don't quite know when you hopped on, so I don't know how much you've heard of it, but thank you for being here. It's really how this whole exciting venture that I am on with the beings of absolute light actually evolved. Like, I knew I wanted to be of service. I didn't know what that would look like. I trusted that source had the bigger vision, and then I just followed my guidance step by step by step, and went from initially not even knowing that I could channel, but then you know, just channeling and sharing written messages, to very quickly other things coming in, like being asked to lead a circle with A to Z healing space, and then that evolving into more circles through my own website too. And it's like I didn't have to have the vision, like I couldn't have had a vision that was that big for myself. I think in the initial stages was the whole point. And so I just had to trust each guidance step that came through and respond to that. And then that led me to see the vision being created without me even having had it as a vision as such. And I feel like the co-creation of New Earth with the divine, the manifestation of New Earth with the divine will be very much like that. And I know that's often the way that, you know, when we get our guidance, we're not given the full picture. We're just given like the next step and the next step. And we may not know where that's leading. Our guides don't necessarily give us all the information at once. And sometimes I think that is to, this sounds like such a terrible word to say, but to test us, to kind of test, like, are we really willing to go for it? Are we really ready to trust and to follow that guidance no matter what? And sometimes I think it's because we would actually be like so overwhelmed if we knew the whole big vision at once, that we would kind of get frozen and be trapped in inaction. So I think this is very often a way that our guides do work with us, just when they are helping us to expand into more of our own self too. And I just get a very clear sense that that is one of the ways that the new earth is going to be manifested into being, so that we are just taking the steps that we're asked to. And before we know it, it has already evolved into something bigger than we could even ever imagine was possible. So that's one kind of perspective that I would like to put forward around this. The other is, another is, as I said, just remaining very heart-centered and connected to the heart and doing what the heart is guiding us to, because the heart is grounded in love, and it grounds us in love when we come back to the heart center. And as you know, love energy, crystalline light energy, is the energy of the new earth. Any action I feel that we are taking that is aligned with the energy of love and the energy of heart is already actually being the energy of the new earth and physicalizing the new earth in these realms. So just being present in the moment, being open to what our heart is guiding us to do, and even if it feels like a bit of a big step out there, it's like it's a bit uncomfortable sometimes to, to say something that maybe we wouldn't have dared to say to someone before. We're not always very open and very vulnerable in our expression. Just as a very simple example, maybe we really admire someone, but we have held back from saying it to them because we kind of think, oh no, I don't do that kind of thing. It's not the kind of thing that I usually say, and we're not quite sure how they receive it. Well, instead of putting limitations on ourselves like that, just allowing ourselves to go with the flow of our heart and what wants to be expressed through that. When we do that, I feel like we're already actually co-creating new earth in these realms. I had just made a couple of notes, so I'm just going to look at them because I feel like there's a couple of things I have omitted to mention. Oh yes, so there was just a couple of other things I did want to speak to. And so the other thing that I feel like it is very important to do is to really hold the intention that we do want to be a co-creative part of, an active part of manifesting the new earth in these realms, and expressing our willingness to do that, and really holding that intention very strongly, and also holding the knowing that it is happening, that it is actually already being done, that the new earth realities, they are actual physical structures, physical realities within this earth realm that we are experiencing. And though I think there's levels of how much we are able to see them depending where we are at on our soul path and our ascension path, so I think they can perhaps be more visible to some than to others. But when we come into that very clear and certain knowing within that it is happening and that we are here to be a part of this, let's not write ourselves out of the picture. Let's take a step up, take our place, hold the knowing that this is what is happening now. It is happening now, whether we at the minute think that we see physical evidence of it or not. And that we are here to be a part of co-creating this together, because that is what those of us who are aligning with this, that is exactly what we came here at this time to support with this transformational shift. As Gaia really does up level and ask all of humanity, whoever we may have been up to this point, to up level with her. So they were kind of two other things that I really wanted to speak to. The knowing that it is happening, even if we're not seeing physical evidence for it, and then asking to be shown evidence of it, asking to be shown evidence of the new earth in these realms. And then when we do, to really affirm that, to get excited about that, like, oh wow, this is where I see the new earth happening in these realms. Yes, thank you for showing me that, and please show me more of that, and show me how I can be more of a part of co-creating that with other heart-centered people in the earth realm, and with divine source, and with the higher dimensional beings that are here to support us at this time. So these are just a few thoughts that I had around this topic. I'm not saying that they're the only way to approach this question. I would actually love to hear, other people's opinions on this, and how it is that you feel you are already manifesting the new earth in your personal reality and the realities around you, or how you feel called to do this, what it is that you would like to create that is in alignment with the new earth. If there's anything that you're looking for collaboration on, it would be so interesting just to hear how this is being expressed through different people, and how you feel we are co-creating and manifesting the new earth together. So just thank you all for being here. I'm going to get off now because I don't want this to be too long. I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts, your reflections around this, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much, and with much love from my heart to yours. Thank you.